Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Microsoft Flight Simulator, and today I'm super excited. The MSFS TBM add-on 930 project has been picked up and is now continuing to be worked on again. You can find it here, and you can find it also on the FlightSim.2 website. I'm going to leave you this link. The GitHub is always the best. It's always going to be probably the first updated. This is where most of these developers actually work out of their projects, so typically you'll catch the latest and greatest here. Now, this was previously 0.56. It's now 0.57. So super stoked about this. Now, the one thing that I will say about going to FlightSim.2, you know what? Let's go ahead and hit there. What am I looking for? We want to go aircraft, TBM-930. Well, let's just come here and then I'll move around. Go to the home page. That's not the one we're looking for. And we're going to go to recently updated mods. Where are you? Where are you? Where'd you go? Okay, let me come back up here. I promise I'm not making this up. I saw it. Because it's what made me download it, was coming here. Ah, there it is. So, check this out. First off, the biggest reason why you want to come here, buy me a coffee, donate to PayPal, check Patreon. I personally am making a donation to this developer. This is awesome. I love the project. It got picked back up. I was so bummed out when it stopped, but if that picture doesn't give you guys a heads up of what we got coming in this video, I don't know what does. So, let's go ahead and get into a couple of things that I'm going to show you guys, and then we'll get into the sim and check out the aircraft. You ever close your browser before you were actually ready to close your browser? Anyway, so the first thing I'm going to show you guys is this one right here. A lot of people have been asking about this, two in particular, and one of them I told them I would have it and forgot to do it. And that is the change ATC call sign to TBM. So I'm going to walk through that with you guys real quick here. Now, this is something that is not going to be a community project. You actually have to go through the official directories for it. Notice that there's no community folder here. So let's go and find our actual installation. We're going to go to, let's see here, install directory. Yep, so that's going to be program data. Oh, wait, actually, no, it won't. Sorry, it's going to be in our packages. We're going to go to official, one store. And we're looking for FS base. So let's scroll down to the Fs. There's FS base. And we're looking for just base, not base nav. So it's that guy right there. And we're going to find EN-US. There it is. And we're looking for lock pack. So it should be this guy right here. And so I prefer edit with Notepad++, but any notepad should work. And then we are going to search for @com/ATC. And let me show you the easiest way to get that. So I'm going to grab this right here without the quotes. I'm going to do a Control-C. Come back to my notepad. I'm going to do Control-F as in Foxtrot. It will bring this guy up here. And we're just going to type that in there and hit Find Next. And there it is. And we're going to change this to just this line. TBM, and hit save. And we can change the text if you guys have what's the word I'm looking for, subtitles turned on. You guys can change the text as well, and that will say TBM. I don't care about that. I just use it for the actual call out. Now, I don't use in-game ATC anymore. When I do ATC, I do pilot to ATC, and there you can make the call sign whatever you want. That's just simple type out each time that you fly. So, but that is how you do it. You want to save it. If for any reason you're concerned about backups, just copy that folder out of the directory and store it somewhere, but this shouldn't impact anything at all. You could literally type whatever you wanted here. Okay? So, anyway, that's how you change the call sign. So now, let's get into installing this mod. So, to install this mod, first thing you're going to do is come up here, go to code, hit download as zip. Once you do so, I double clicked it, expanded it. Give me that. Bring it over here. There we go. You'll get a folder that looks like this. Ignore the bottom one. That's something completely different. We just want this. Okay, I'm going to use my 7-zip, hit extract, And as I've said in the previous videos, this is the mod right here. And the reason why we know that is if we open this one, this is what we're looking for. This is the mod structure itself. This, think of it as just a title. So I can change this to whatever I want. I'm going to do TBM-930. And I'm going to call this, what would this be? 5.7? 5.7. Okay. Now, what we're going to do here is I'm going to open up another file explorer. Now, I use add-ons linker to manage my mods. So you can see I've already got a couple. These are two different ones. By the way, if anyone's trying to use the flight model one and then this one here, don't do both. I found some really weird behavior in the flight model. Pick one or the other. I'll put a link in the description to both the mods that I have used. They're both good. I think this one's going to be better because it offers more features now, but we'll see. So I'm going to drop this guy in here. Now, this mod is the same as the one that I have here, so don't think that these are different ones. This one is just the older version. This is the new version here. Okay, so that is all we have to do from here. I'm going to close these out. Bring my mods linker over here. I'm going to hit refresh. And I'm just going to click on that. It added the mod. We're good to go. Now let's get into the sim. Alright guys, so here we are back in the simulator now, and we get to check out some of the amazing features of this new TBM mod. I am so stoked about this. We're going to check out some features. I'm going to walk you guys also through how to create some custom views very easily. If this isn't like some of the other aircraft, it's very easy to do in the TBM. So let's go ahead and get into the seat. First thing I'm going to show you guys that's pretty cool. We can come up here to the sun visor, and we can move it around, you know, just as we like. And we can also grab it from here and rotate it horizontally. Okay, yeah, simple, cool. But the other things that gets me is if we want to open the door now, notice the footstep, or maybe the front cargo bay, or maybe if we want to come to the back here, we can open up the passenger side door. And voila. So, very cool. I know simple things like that. I love stuff like this. I love being able to open the doors and things like that. It really makes a difference for me when, as a content creator, having this kind of stuff, you know, the more you can simulate, the better, in my opinion. But, so now, let's get back into the seat here. And then we're just going to look up. You can actually reach this from the front seat. You just sort of click from the front seat. You would click right about here. Obviously coming the other direction, but pretty cool. And let's come back up front. Close the main door. Oh, another thing really awesome. So you guys saw the pilot, okay? If we come in here and we click our little red button, we got the pilot here too. Now, this is the most beautiful I've ever looked, but, you know, I'll take it. So, and it's full. I mean, there she is. That is her, right? Yeah, okay. But, again, neat little features that I think add a lot. I don't know if said model will grab the yoke. I doubt it. But still, you know, it's something. We'll have to try that out later, maybe when we get airborne, because we are going to test out the performance of this mod too, not just the visual aspects of it. But the first thing I want to do is show you guys how to make your custom cameras. And I know this is something that's probably come up lots of times, but I just want to make sure I throw this out too, because with the TBM, it's really easy to do. Now, I make all of my own custom cockpit cameras, so this is my, oh, there we go. That's my first view, my up overhead panel, down for programming the flight computer, and then for engine start so I can see the RPMs and the throttle. And then I can come back to the back seat or come over here to this wing. So I'm going to use this wing as an example, but let's come up to the front. And so all you want to do is use your mouse, take your right click, okay, and I'm just going to face it the direction I want to go. And I'll show you what I mean in a second. So we're going to turn that, I never noticed that before. Anyway, we're going to turn those here, or turn the camera this direction. Then I'm going to hit the right arrow key on my keyboard to take me to the back here. And, okay, so there's the back. So I'm going to scoot over here, turn it again, and sort of just position it. I mean, this is actually pretty good, honestly. There we go. That's a really tall person, but I mean, I am 6'1", but there we go. All right, so we'll take something like that. And now I'm going to hit Control, Alt, and for me, number 6 to save it. And now if I hit Alt 1, it's going to take me back up front. And if I hit Alt 6 now, it takes me back over here. So now we have the custom cameras. I really recommend you guys taking the time to make your own. It really makes a difference. Some of the default, as you know, the default camera views, they're lacking. Oh, I don't know why this keeps taking me back here, though. It's like there's two... Oh, you know what it was? The camera save. That was weird. All right, so let's do that. So now if I come here, it'll actually alternate between two of them. That's interesting. What happens if we do two? They always bounce back to this. Huh. Oh, you know what? That was the standard view. I guarantee that view will go away when I... let's see here. This view will go away when I restart the aircraft. Like if I close the sim down and restart, this will be gone. This is just where it left the default camera. I got it. I see what it's doing. Okay, anyway, enough of that crap. Let's go ahead and get a flight test going here. I'm going to make this very short and sweet. I'm not going to follow all the procedures, bells and whistles. I'm just going to get the aircraft up if I can find the right camera. All right, so we're going to go there. Set that's set. Good, groovy. And let's see here. What else do I want? Nav. Oh, and the access light turns on the access panels. That's kind of cool. All right, and then what am I doing? Oh, let's give her a crank. And what view did I say it was? There we go. Nope, 5. Ah! You can tell I just made these views is the problem here. There we go. All right, so what are we at? Oh, there's 13. All right, let's go to low idle. Let's go into high idle. And bring her on over into flight idle. Okay. And go back to my cockpit view here. Now right now, this is the only mod and the cockpit livery. Only mods I have in place right now. Shouldn't need any of the DIs today. What are we at? 10 degrees Celsius? Well, we might. We'll see. We'll wait till we get airborne. Yeah, that's all I'm going to worry about. Set my takeoff flaps. Taxi light. Ignition to auto. So boost pumps to auto. Fuel selection. Autopilot. That should be all I need for this little flight. Dimmer works great. And the sun visor works on this side too. I'm amused easily. What do you guys want from me? Alright, so let's take her for a quick spin around the block. And we'll bring her back in. Oh, pressurization. I think that's all I need. Alright. I know I'm moving like a race car. Like I said, I'm not too concerned about the flying today. I just more concerned about the performance. That's what we're interested in. Oh, hello. So make sure you guys read all the performance changes. Simply by clicking on the link in the description below to the mod. Taxiing feels really good. I think I always liked this mod the best. So the mod I showed previously in the last news and mods video is a good mod. It really is. Like I said, they both have their pros and cons. We'll see how this one does on landing. One of the things that makes me happy is he added more drag with the landing gear with this mod update, which I think was missing from before. I could be mistaken, but it just seemed different, and I could be wrong. It may have already been there. Now it's been so many months now. But I can tell you the aircraft responds faster with this mod than the other one. And I'll leave a link to both of them in the description below in case you guys want to check each one out. But I think the aircraft definitely performs better with this mod. At least as far as engine response. Alright, so let's see what we get. Let's do a couple things here. I don't really need the flight directors, but you know. And just in case we want it, let's go ahead and set some altitude. Set is pretty low. We don't need to be up high today. And I'll go ahead and set the flight level change. Oh, that's vertical speed. Oh, there we go. Yeah, sure. That'll work. Nothing fancy. Just in case I want to chill for a minute. Got flaps. Good, good, good. All right. Damn, did it again. All right, let's blow out of here. Yeah, the engine's much more responsive with this mod. Takeoff power set. We're actually already getting torque warnings. I just saw that. There we go. All right, so airborne. I mean, from here she flies great, but now let's go ahead and I'll bring her around and we'll take a look at landing. So I'm just gonna, oh, she's already approaching it, but we can just level her out here. I'm gonna pull that power off, see how it responds. Well, I didn't even turn the inertial separator on. It's probably why it over torqued so fast. I'm used to it being on takeoff. Alright, so we're going to clear that. Hope you guys liked the camera views. I think the camera views in this one are cool. I'm going to have to try it with some of the smaller aircraft. You know, I've never even thought to do that before today. I don't know why. Like where the cabin is already there. Like you don't have to worry about... Where the A320, it's nobody's fault. You know, the cabin isn't there. There is no cabin. You know, they have a couple... I think there's 2 camera spots that can be used, but there is no camera in the A320. Or a cabin. That should be Davis Monthan there. Oh. There we go. Oh, hey, we were going to check and see if the pilot grabbed the wheel. Yeah, I didn't think so. That's alright. I still think it's cool they added it. I think it's neat. I think they've done a great job with this. This is awesome. Flight performance was great. And, you know, I almost feel like this one is still more realistic. I like the power that was introduced with the previous one. And again, they're both great mods. They're both hard work. Clearly a lot of thought and study was put into them. I just feel like this one, it's more realistic. The roll time seems to be longer, yet at the same token, as the engine climbs out, your climb out gets faster and faster. It's hard to say. It really is hard to say. Again, they're both fantastic. I think the landing will determine which one I stick with. Because previously, the one thing I will give the mod that I was using in the previous video, last two videos, is that the float on the landing was more realistic in the last two mods that I used. Let's see, where are we doing? We're doing a VFR approach here, so I'm trying to pay attention to where we're at here. Alright, let's go ahead and go takeoff flaps. Start slowing her down. And let's get our heading turned. And let's get our altitude dropped. And let's go into vertical speed. Let's see where we're at. I'm too lazy to hook up my track IR. We're going to come around for 2.9 right is what we're going for. We're going to land long in the runway, but that's to alleviate some of this ridiculous approach angle that I've created for myself. Floating a whole lot more with this one. That's what sucks. Like, I mean, look at this. We're still airborne. We're still flying. The approach speed is supposed to be 85 knots, and we might be light, but I don't think we're that light. Okay, so let's talk about that. Let's see what our weight is. What we're weighted at right now first. So yeah, we're at 5,800 pounds of 7,300 maximum. So I don't feel like we should have had a 55 knot touchdown. Much less 30 knots under the approach speed. Maybe I'm wrong. Somebody more knowledgeable might be able to figure that out. Well, hey, maybe I can look that up. Give me a second. Just see if I can find what the touchdown speed of a TBM-930 is. There's a 940 too. Thanks to single slotted flaps that span 71% of the wing, the TBM-30 can land at an approach speed of 85 knots on 1,800 feet. So I feel like that was unfortunately unrealistic. We were at max flaps. We were at 0 throttle. Hey guys, tossing this in because I thought about this at the very end of the video after I said goodbye. So the other thing that I'm thinking that might have been, I know with the latest release, they Asobo adjusted the ground effect. So I'm wondering if maybe I was still too high and hadn't pushed through the ground effect. So I'll do some testing again and get back to you guys on that in the next video too. But do some testing yourselves and then let me know in the comments what you guys are finding with the same behavior. All right, back to the show. 0 throttle. So unfortunately, that part I don't like. And this, here's what sucks. The previous mod that I had in, and I might see if I can Frankenstein them. I want to see what happens if I install this one and install the other one right on top of it. And that's what I was doing before. And I'm going to test that out, and I'll have to get back to you guys in the next flight. I love the takeoff of this mod. I love the features of this mod. I love the opening the doors. I love the customizations that you can do with it now. I mean, just it's just nice. It feels more like an airplane, that like you're flying it. So that part's cool. Like I said, takeoff performance was great. The engine was maybe too fast to respond if I were to give some effective criticism, but I still enjoyed it very much. I do feel like the previous mod, again, so I'm going to write them down as mod 1 and mod 2. This is mod 1. Mod 2, I feel like, was more realistic in the performance of the aircraft. It's going to be a toss-up. So I'm going to see again if I can sort of Frankenstein them and see what happens. I'll let you guys know in the next video. We'll be flying the TBM quite a bit. Let me know what you guys think down in the description below. Let me know what your thoughts are of all the cool features. Make sure you give the developer some props. That's still really awesome that he unlocked the doors and things like that. I think that's a really neat feature. I enjoy things like that. So other than that, guys, have a wonderful night, and I will see you in the next one.